Welcome back, all my beautiful Irish people. Today we have another RT news video, another propaganda video from the people over at RT, of course, man. You know, the number one platform for censorship and propaganda and anti-free speech. Today's video is called What Issues Really Matter to Young Cork Voters. Because it isn't just people from Cork, it's actually young Cork voters. Let's see, can we once again ratio these videos on my channel? I react to their channel and I get more views to them. It's unbelievable. Because I speak the truth, I'm on the right side of history, and they're obviously on the wrong side of history. They're anti-free speech, they're on all that stuff, guys. This one has 2.3 million views. Shouldn't be really that hard to ratio it, but these videos don't get that many views. But let me know your thoughts, man. Drop a comment, like, comment, subscribe for 1 million subscribers. And let's go.
There should be places for everyone to be able to have a home over their head.
Ireland's losing a lot of good college graduates.
The big issue at hand with corporation tax. We need someone fighting for things that just make sense.
It's the first.
I guarantee none of them will actually say anything that actually matters. None of them will talk about free speech. None of them will talk about the big things. You guys know what I'm talking about. Nobody will ever talk about that. Wait, stay tuned.
First full week of the campaign and we've come down to Cork. The Christmas decorations are up, the election campaign posters are up, and we've come out with our whiteboard to ask voters what the big issues are for them.
I just feel even going around town these days, seeing the cost of simple things, even if it's just a drink renting going up, especially when you're a student trying to get that part-time job in at the weekend and go to college during the week, and you nearly want to start saving for a mortgage now with the part-time job I have, with the price of houses these days.
I hate to break it to you, mate, because of Sinn Féin, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, People Before Profit, and a bunch of other parties that are, you know, clamouring for leadership, we'll never afford a house in this country. So make sure to get a nice cozy spot in your mum's apartment and your mum's basement, or, you know, attic, because we don't really have basements in Ireland, but the attic, guys. Get a nice cozy space in the attic for yourself. Mr. Broccoli hair right there, talking about saving for a mortgage. Who wants to have a mortgage for 40 years, guys? Who the hell wants that, man? You know, you're going to have to start earning more or leave this country.
And you nearly want to start saving for a mortgage now with the part-time job I have, with the prices of houses these days.
And you're obviously young, you're students. Do you plan on staying in Cork? Do you plan on moving abroad?
There's not enough money in nursing in Ireland, and when I'm after giving 4 years to them and not getting paid for it, and I'm doing the same work as the nurses, but I just don't have the title yet.
We've all been there, guys, working for a college degree. I have a 4-year college degree as well. I might as well wipe my flipping ass with it. Here, guys, you guys can actually see my 4-year college degree up there. Look. Hold on, let me try to focus on it for a second. You guys can see my 4-year college degree right there. Completely useless. I would advise nobody to go to college. Start a YouTube channel, start posting to the internet, start voicing your disgruntlement against the leadership in this country, and you'll start making some money like I did. But no, guys, honestly, do not vote for Sinn Féin, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. They're just the worst parties in the world. Vote for like Independence or Freedom Party or National Party, some weird party that we have never had before.
So it seems a bit unfair.
Okay, so you've written down the housing crisis. So why is that a big issue for you?
Well, I actually lived in a women's refuge for quite a few years, and then I'm attending college, trying to pay rent. I have 2 kids at home. It's something that is...
Oh my god, 2 kids at home. She looks like she was 19. Dude, she's probably like 35, but she looks like she's 19. That's crazy.
Extremely difficult to try and manage the finances of all of that. It's just something that is really bearing down on people.
See, the outgoing government would say that there are plans to build more homes and that, you know, previous budgets have given things like rent credits. What would you say to that?
They're not all accessible. Like I was, and I still am, on HAP, but a lot of landlords, I know they're legally required to accept HAP, but there are many ways around that, where if you say that you are a HAP recipient, they won't rent to you. They'll tell you that. Nope, they just went with someone else, which is a valid answer because there are so many other people who are looking for rent.
There shouldn't even be like all these schemes to help people, guys, because it's almost like communism. We need to stop and kind of get away from this sort of dole mentality in Ireland, like looking for handouts, HAP scheme and stuff. Just have the government create better jobs, have better relations overseas so we can create better jobs, have more people earning more money. Because really, at the end of the day, guys, the only thing that will make you better in this life is earning more money, unfortunately. We're looking for the government to give you these schemes and stuff. Okay, it's not going to work. They need to build more houses, have affordable houses. Okay, that's all. Everything else, giving you HAP schemes and dole and stuff, it's just like, it's irrelevant, guys. You need to be able to earn more money in this country. And the only way we're going to be able to earn more money in this country is if the government actually bring in better businesses and have a businessman run the country. You know, people are all saying in the last video, we need a Donald Trump in this country. We need a guy that's good at business to run this country. The people that run the country don't know anything about business. I wouldn't have them run the local McDonald's. I wouldn't have them run the local Supermax, guys. You know, you need a guy who's really good at business to actually help making some more money for the people in the country, not just give the people money, like €200 a week. That's bullshit. That's nonsense. We need to earn like hundreds of thousands every single year, and you only do that by like starting new businesses and like having help and stuff. It's ridiculous.
You have written student housing and 2 exclamation points.
I was very fortunate. I found a house this year, but up until about August, I didn't know if I had a house. And I'm from Galway, so it's not possible.
Hey, shout out to Galway. There's like 3 houses in Galway. I think in the whole of Mayo and Galway, there's like 3 houses to buy or rent. It's an absolute travesty. You know, people are sleeping on the road. People are sleeping in the flipping church. They're flipping sleeping in the goddamn community halls. I mean, people are just sleeping anywhere, guys. On your friend's couch, you know, on the sofa. Like, I'm sleeping here. It's ridiculous.
Commute. Even like before I started college, like a big topic wasn't even just getting the points to your course, it was getting housing. It was nearly more difficult to get somewhere to stay than actually getting into the course itself.
Damn.
The homelessness crisis.
Yeah, one of my friends actually got a pretty hard course to get in the college that I went to, but he ended up staying in a hostel for like 6 months. And then one of the girls, I remember, her parents were super rich. She was like from like Sweden or Switzerland or something, or Austria, you know, super rich. Her parents were like ultra millionaires. She stayed in a hotel for 6 months, guys, for 6 months of the academic year. Like, this is not, I'm not even making this up, guys. Some girl, because obviously she wanted to go to college in Galway, and it was kind of a specific course that she wanted to do. Her parents sent her to Ireland to live in a hotel. It was like €200 a night. You know, and I think she said it was like €10,000 for like a few months or something crazy.
Crisis is like very prominent. It's been like an issue for like several years, and the cost of living is only getting like higher, and there's not much being done. It's like everyone knows it's an issue and it only gets bigger and bigger, but then there's no real solutions.
Even just like so much like students, like there's so much derelict housing around the place and everything. There isn't much being addressed with that.
Yeah, like dude, even Galway just looks shabby. Like there's so many houses that are like so derelict and just look shabby. And like, why do we just like level that place and like put a nice house there? It's really weird.
It's not being utilised the right way. So many students coming in, there's a big focus on like luxury student accommodation as opposed to affordable accommodation.
So it's lunchtime now and we've come to the English market. So
English market in Cork? That shouldn't be a thing, lads.
So far, the voters we've spoken to have said housing and the cost of living are the biggest issues for them. They're the issues that they want a future government to tackle.
Certainly spending because I don't feel that the government are held accountable for all the decisions they've made. And the big problem for Ireland is, if we look at the top line picture, we've had a boom in corporation tax. Where will we be in 5-6 years time when Trump comes in? Is Trump in power and takes back some of the American conglomerates?
Oh, I see the agenda kicking in here.
And the same around Europe again. I feel like that money is something that we should really focus on spending accurately and spending wisely.
This is a really stupid thing that people talk about. Oh, what if Trump gets in and then Trump is in office? Anyways, this video was released 3 days ago. Okay, Trump was already in office for the last 2 weeks or something. And second of all, guys, if he takes back the conglomerates and all these businesses, so what, guys? We should be self-sustainable. Nobody in this world is coming to help you, and as a country, nobody's coming to help us either. But we like to rely on other countries. I don't know why. It's very strange. Ireland is a country. We should have its own produce, its own industries, but we don't. We rely on other countries to fund us. Very strange, guys.
What would you like a future government to do with that corporate tax fund?
Build Ireland, build brand Ireland, and do a lot more than just relying on American corporation tax.
So
yeah, and not American corporation tax, relying on these American corporations and these UK companies, you know, like Tesco and all this stuff. We should have our own. We have Dunn's, but there's only one other one. We should have loads, Super Value, Dunn's. There should be hundreds of flipping, shopping grocery stores.
Written down fishing. Why have you done that?
My personal background, my own father's fisherman, and I'm working within the industry. There's been massive changes within the last few years between...
This guy is really serious for not a serious thing. Fishing. What the hell? Well, fishing is... I like tuna.
So you've written down fishing. Why have you done that?
My personal background, my own father's fisherman, and I'm working within the industry. There's been massive changes within the last few years between our own quotas getting cut back, not being allowed to use specific types of fishing and all this
sort of carry on. But there's been no sort of give and take with it. We haven't been given anything in return.
What can the Irish government do about this? I mean, some of this is obviously tied up in EU regulation. What would you want to see a future government do to support fisheries?
I can't say there's any one quick fix answer, but I'd just love to see a bit of action and someone really trying to tackle these issues, because what I've seen...
Someone trying to tackle these issues, no pun intended right there. Tackle.
There's no one really going on about it. We need someone fighting for things that just make sense.
So you've said rent.
Yeah.
Why have you said that?
Well, for us as students at the moment, rent is obviously the biggest issue, not even only for students, for all young people in Ireland. You see it with people moving away and all. Ireland's losing a lot of good college graduates. People have been working for a while because they can't afford to live here.
It's not even afford to live here. I've said this, guys. We can't just keep looking for like doles and welfares and HAP schemes and stuff. We need to like build industries here. We need to like build like actually a good economy. Like that comes from the government. That comes from like good business people running the place. We have no companies to work for. How are you supposed to earn more money? You know, the cost of living is rising, but like our wages should be rising, but the wages aren't rising. Crazy.
Can't afford to rent.
Well, I went with housing because it is very difficult, and it's a constant worry of like, will I be living in the same place in 6 months' time?
Hold on. That's a little RT little thing. Housing, homelessness, refugees. What? She cares about refugees coming into the country. What has that got to do with her? What? Oh, as in like she's anti them? I don't know. Whichever one. Which, I mean, of course, illegals and stuff like that. That's a big problem. But she cares about refugees herself. Why would she care about that?
It is very difficult, and it's a constant worry of like, will I be living in the same place in 6 months' time? And then I wrote homeless because like I'm very fortunate to not experience that myself. So I really hope with the upcoming election that the people brought into it are going to make a big difference in those two categories specifically, and then tied in with the refugees as well and the far right campaigners who've been out on the streets.
Come on, bro. I knew, bro. You cannot even. This is just like the. Bro, I knew she was going to say that. The far right campaigners. Oh my god, bro. I knew it was going to come in. Come on. I knew there was some... The RT cannot let up, guys. They cannot let up against just the propaganda and brainwashing.
That myself. So I really hope with the upcoming election that the people brought into it are going to make a big difference in those two categories specifically, and then tied in with the refugees as well and the far right campaigners who've been out on the streets. It's quite sad to see, because I don't feel like it's a good representation of Irish people, especially young Irish people, who want to welcome these people in and try help how we can, while also struggling with
what the hell is she talking about?
The housing crisis ourselves.
Bro, this woman.
I don't think we should exclude anybody from that.
We shouldn't exclude anyone from that. What kind of... This is a straw man argument again. Guys, you cannot invite the world to your home, man. It's impossible, bro. Like, if there's hundreds of thousands of people coming here a year, there's a reason why there's no housing. Like... Just, that is the dumbest thing ever. I knew they were going to throw that in there somewhere. I knew that RT were going to throw that shit in there somewhere. They cannot let up with their propaganda, guys. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And that's... I knew it was going to come up, guys. So that's what really matters to young Cork voters. Obviously, the last woman was paid to say that. Of course, guys. Or they asked 100 people, and they finally got someone to kind of, you know, go along with their sort of agenda. But let me know your thoughts, guys. I love you all. Stay free, Ireland. Bro, I mean, just completely ridiculous. The housing is a huge issue, but of course stuff like massive amounts of people coming into the country isn't going to help it. Like, at the very least, it won't help it. I mean, come on, guys. This is just common sense, you know. Crazy stuff. I love you all. Stay free, and I'll see you all in the next week, guys. Oh, like, comment, subscribe, buy a t-shirt. Check out my Patreon as well if you want to support me. And I'll see you all in the next week, guys. Peace.